everybody. Well, welcome to That's Football. It is the Europa League final watch-along, and I can't see the live comments, so I better find them, hadn't I? But how are we all doing? Team news is in, and I mean, where do your loyalties lie in this? Are you just sitting back to watch an English Europa League final, or are you actually here to watch this game and hope that Arsenal lose like me? I don't have a lot of love for Chelsea. Me and Hazard have had our problems in past, but tonight we put them aside and hopefully he can perform and then leave for Real Madrid. I'll be very, very happy with that. So, yes, very, very much looking forward to it. Hope you all too. And what's your prediction? My prediction for this game is that it will be a win for... I don't know why I'm doing German. It's in Baku, which is Azerbaijan. I think that Manchester United will win. I think Manchester United will win. No, I think that... I think it's going to be very interesting. I think when you look at the Premier League season so far, well, it's finished, hasn't it? If you look at Chelsea versus Arsenal in the Premier League, Chelsea obviously finished above them, but it was quite tight. I think that Arsenal can beat Chelsea. I think Chelsea can beat Arsenal, and I think taking away the personal feeling about it, I think it's got the potential to be a really good final. Probably going to be, in fact, factually going to be Eden Hazard's leaving game. So I'm very interested to see how it's going to go. I do feel that Arsenal will probably win it because I don't want them to, but I just hope... I don't even care if it's a good game. We're going to sit and watch the game, aren't we? And that's what we're going to see. A lot of people going for Chelsea. Why are you wearing a blue top? Why am I wearing a blue top? You've ruined it. I should have put the zip up a little bit higher. I'm not wearing... What blue top? I'm not wearing a blue top. Maybe the blue top is not there. We'll see what happens. Do you think Newcastle will be the new Man City, says Joe Arribas? It takes a few years, doesn't it? I think if Newcastle get all the money, it does take a few years for that money to sort of kick in. So, yes. Spend time with your kids, you saddo, says Luke Dalton. Yeah, mate. You know, I actually go live at 8 o'clock at night and I do a show at 7 o'clock in the morning. That is 11 hours of time that I can spend with my family and friends. So I happily do that. I think you're a little bit sad that you think that you can analyse my life and decide what I do and don't do with it. Maybe you are. Maybe you are that weirdo who sits in the car outside my house, which is pretty sad, really. Kane Harris says, hi, how are you doing? Who do you support, Chelsea or Arsenal? Let's just say Phil Jones or Ashley Young. It's very easy, Chelsea for me. Arsenal are just going to be unbearable. And I know a lot of those unbearable fans. So for me, definitely. Definitely. Man like Lyland Scott, says Harry Collier. When is the game starting? The game starts in 19 minutes time. Mark loves the Belgian Nathan Redmond, says Vandy Candy. I do love the Belgian Nathan Redmond for tonight and tonight only. Hazard can have a stormer. Of course, if he doesn't, I will be proved right. So I can't lose with this, can I? What is United's worst performance this season, says Mr. I'm not living in the past, Mr. Football fan. Not living in the past at all. Hopefully Chelsea wins, says Marcus Rashford. And the morning show is 2 hours, so it's not 11. So it's 11, not 13, chat. The morning show is 2 hours, so it's 11, not 13. I don't even know what that means. Marcus isn't coming on now. Arsenal will bottle it, says Owen McDad. Well, actually, if we look at the two teams, we should just do that, shouldn't we? We should at least give these Emmerdale Cup finalists that privilege to go through the two teams. I personally think that Chelsea's team is better. If you look at the Arsenal side, Petr Cech does play in goal, which is interesting because obviously he's got a job at Chelsea in the summer. And but, it's a new season, isn't it? I expect professionalism from him. So you've got Cech, the Greek lad, I can't even pronounce his name, Papathopoulos, Koscielny, Monreal, Maitland-Niles, Torreira, Xhaka, Kolasinac, Ozil, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Obviously the strengths of Arsenal there are Lacazette and Aubameyang, and Ozil if he turns up. Torreira's a good player, but the rest of them I think, can go either way. You look at the Chelsea side, Kepa in goal, Aspilicueta, Christensen, David Luiz, Emerson. Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, Pedro, Giroud, Hazard. I mean, there are weaknesses in that Chelsea side. I think Pedro's a little bit hit and miss, as is Giroud. But Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante, I think is a better midfield if it performs. And they've got the best player on the pitch in Eden Hazard. So I'm a little bit surprised with his selections. I think Alonso's had a bad season, but I still think he's better than Emerson. And I probably would have played Barkley over Koscielny, and I would have played Higuain over Giroud. But there's a lot of subs on the bench, and a lot of them I've never heard of in my bloody life for Arsenal. So there we go. Come on, Chelsea, says Box. I honestly don't think Chelsea will win. They've been a bad half of season, says Lewis Parker. Both those teams, I mean, this is the Arsenal side that goes and wins in Valencia, but draws at home to Brighton when they're really trying. So Arsenal away from home are terrible, but this isn't really an away from home game, isn't it? It isn't. Hazard man of the match, says Ronald. Well, let's wait and see. And George Kyle says he thinks Arsenal will win. That is my default. I do think that Arsenal will win this game, but maybe that's a little bit of reverse psychology from me. I'll certainly be going for Spurs at the weekend, so let's see what happens with that. Sorry, I've just gone on to something there that I didn't want to go on, but we're all back now. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Lots of more general content on here. Did the old Europa League FIFA game this afternoon, which was lost on penalties. Arsenal won. Wilf Uchikongo says, why does Lingard never post Tekka's clips? Strange for someone who posts so much on Insta. Is it because he's crap at it? Yeah, maybe Lingard can't do Tekka's. He can't do a lot of things, can he? So you might have rumbled him there. Maybe he's just good at dancing. Yeah, maybe that is the case. Harry Smith says, let's go. What do you think about Cech starting, says Thomas Harrison? I think it's a difficult one for Arsenal, to be honest. I think obviously Petr Cech's got a new job at Chelsea, which starts in the summer. After this game, effectively, but he has been playing the Europa League games as far as I remember. So it leaves them in a very difficult position if they drop him, because it's sort of like, we don't trust you. So that would be a little bit unfair, wouldn't it? So I think they're right to give him a game. And but obviously, the way it works, if you're an Arsenal fan, if Petr Cech makes any mistake, don't worry, the prat in the hat will accuse you of fraud and everything, because that's how they work. It is how they work, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. But score predictions, I think Arsenal are going to win 2-1. I don't want to be right on that. I definitely want to be wrong. I want Chelsea to win, but I think Arsenal are going to win 2-1. Yeah. Ronald, there you go. There's my prediction. Will this game decide Sarri's future at Chelsea, says Alex Marman. Apparently not. I mean, apparently Sarri will be going to be Juventus manager. That's what I've heard, and I think that Chelsea and Sarri is just a real shame, really. I don't think they've really taken to him in the way he probably deserves to be taken to. I think the modern game is so impatient now. When you look at it, on paper, it's his first season at Chelsea. I don't think the signings were particularly great. His first season, he finishes in the top 4. He gets them to the Europa League final. Considering Manchester United and Arsenal didn't finish in the top 4, he took that 4th position. They're in a Europa League final. He deserves a second season, Sarri, but I think it's been such a disruptive season. I don't think he will get it. But I agree with the kid Biscuit. They didn't back him. So Conte to Inter is already done, Man United fan, which is good for United fans, because that would be good. DT was on Sky News with Kay Burley today, says Kieran Byrne. It's unbelievable, isn't it? You know, Sky's gone right downhill, haven't it? They obviously don't do background checks on people. I mean, scraping the barrel. Do you bet on matches, says Thierry Mainry. I haven't had a bet on a football match outcome for so long. But no, I think that Sarri will be gone. I think Sarri will go. Yeah, I do. Yeah, they came third, Mark, says Thomas Harry. Yeah, they came third. So, you know, he didn't even get the fourth position. They got third. So he definitely deserves another season. But Chelsea are a ridiculous club. I mean, their sacking of Ancelotti, I feel, was just one of the weirdest sackings ever. And there's just no continuity at Chelsea. They are a very shoot from the hip sort of football club. So yeah, I think he would definitely leave, definitely. But come see, come sar. It's one of those things, isn't it? A lot of people think that that they will win. A lot of people think that Chelsea are going to win, which is good to see in the live comments. Looking at that, let's have a look at what else some people are saying. We're just killing time before we get to kick off. Higuain is on the bench, the Ice King. Yes, he is. Chelsea are a banter club in regards to the managers, says Samalari. What do you think of Salford's promotion, says Kevin Doyle? It's a bit like Man City winning the league, isn't it? It's inevitable when you spend that much money, really, but fair play. You can watch the game. Yep, we know that. Combined 11. Not going to do that, Matthew. Can't be asked. If Chelsea don't win, they still get the Champions League, so it isn't too bad for them, says Ryan McSquiggan. Yeah, I mean, Ryan, I was talking about this with somebody today because obviously United won the Europa League a couple of years ago. And I imagine Arsenal fans are like this. The sole focus of that was, yeah, it was great. It was absolutely great to win a trophy. Of course it was. But the sole focus was that we're going to be in the Champions League. I liked winning the trophy, but if it didn't have the Champions League, it'd be like winning the FA Cup. It's nice, but it doesn't give you the Champions League. Champions League football is the be-all and end-all for this. And Chelsea have already got it. So Arsenal are going to be so focused on this. But I think that if Chelsea do win, I still think Arsenal might end up in the Champions League because I think that Man City may well get banned. Just putting out the link. Please do share the video, everybody. We really would appreciate that. Really would. Please do share the links and make sure you subscribe if you're new. We've got the live subscribe account on. I'll have a look at that in a minute, and we can do a little bit of plug-in for that as well because we have got 10 minutes till kick off. Right. I like Sarri. He's got a sardonic sense of humour, says Wilf. I like Sarri as well. I don't necessarily think... The one thing I would be sympathetic of with Chelsea fans is that his style of football doesn't necessarily fit in with the way that they want things to go. But apart from that, I think that, you know, he's a decent manager. I don't know what's gone wrong with that there, but what's gone wrong with that? It's a while since I've done that football, that's for sure. I can tell that by where the score is. There we go. They're too high. That's why. They're way too fucking high. Can't do anything about that. Don't like that. It's the way it is, though. So we'll just have to stick with it. I thought I'd spelled Arsenal wrong as well. Start with an arse. That's the way you spell Arsenal. Do you think Martial should play striker next season, says Teresa? I think in relation to Martial, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Sean Mullen says the City ban won't happen until next season. I suppose that probably does make sense, to be fair. Let's see if we can get to 72,000 subscribers tonight, everybody. Please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner, and share the video, and that will help as well. Who am I supporting, says Thomas Spragg. Definitely Chelsea. Definitely Chelsea. Got the blue on for Chelsea. So, yeah, definitely supporting Chelsea. And why is there a dance competition before the final, says Charlie Precious? Is it a dance competition? Yeah, it's sort of on in the background for me. Harry Collier's enjoying it. He says it's an amazing opening. What? Anil says, or Ange, I can't see from here, says he loves Europa League football. What about you? I wouldn't go as far as saying I love it. Luke Shaw is skinny, says read my damn super chat, prick. Well, I didn't see it, mate, so You know what? I don't actually spend the whole time looking at the chat because there's a TV screen there. The guy says Arsenal are bottle jobs. They're going to lose this. Trust me. I hope you're right. And Luke Shaw, Mark, why do you watch Made in Chelsea? Is it to wank over Verity? No, I don't need to wank over TV shows anymore, mate. I'm sure that's what you spend most of your time doing, but no, I don't need to do that. There's real people I can do that with. I wish United were in the final, says Kobe Caldwell. I'd like to be in it just for the chance to get in the Champions League, but we weren't in the Europa League. We went to the Champions League quarterfinals, didn't we? So, I mean, ultimately, we should be in the Champions League because of our league position. We had a terrible league position. What I would say about Manchester United at the start of this season is that Champions League quarterfinal is the minimum, is the expectation. It's not the minimum. I think to go beyond that is a little bit unfair. I think Manchester United Champions League quarterfinalists, if you said that to me at the start of the season, I would have said, well, it's better than what we did with Mourinho under Sevilla, and that would be my expectation. Anything above that, we've exceeded it. So I think Champions League wise, we did okay. It's what we did in the league. So do I want to be in the Europa League final? No, because we were in the Champions League. We're not in it next year. Why support Chelsea tonight, Mark? Says Stephen Baker. Because I hate Arsenal. No, I don't hate Arsenal. It's more to do with some Arsenal fans who I just know will be unbearable. I know a few Chelsea fans and they're not as bad. So it really comes down to I can't be arsed with Troops and DT and everyone like that giving it the big un. And I know for a fact, because I spoke to Troops a couple of weeks ago at that football charity event, he's been quiet about bantering United because he's waiting for tonight for Arsenal to win. So I don't want Arsenal to win for that. It's as simple as that. I think it's a hell of a trek to get to Baku, isn't it? But and there's a lot of empty seats, but it's quite a good spectacle. I think they're going to struggle to kick off at 8 o'clock, though, aren't they? I don't think they're going to get that. But Juju Man is right. The stadium is looking right proper empty at the moment. Douglas James Horn. Hi, Mark. Missing the final tonight working. Hope you get to 72,000 subscribers. You deserve it. Thank you, Douglas. Thanks for that. And get on with the final. The players are waiting. Get on with it. Are you happy with us wanting to sign players like Longstaff and Daniel James? Dave Jordan, Snog, marry, kill. Dave, there's a name in there I just don't even mention, so I can't do it. But with regards to picking between DT and Sanchez, God, you'd have to snog Sanchez, wouldn't you? You know, I'm sorry, you're on the chopping block, DT. Why isn't James being announced, says Fortified Pipe. I think with Daniel James, we maybe all misinterpreted something here. That what if he does his knee while he's playing for Wales? We're probably going to have to wait till after the international games because it makes perfect business sense to do that, which I'd agree with. The cup we will have next year, says Jackie Tim. Well, this could be Manchester United in a year's time. We could be in a Europa League final. How Manchester United approach the Europa League next season is going to be really interesting, isn't it? Because I don't think it's a. I think it's a very difficult tournament to approach. To be honest with you, I think it is. I think it's a very difficult tournament to gauge because it definitely has an impact on you. In the last, I mean, look at Arsenal's form in the last month. It's been terrible. The amount of games they lost, and I put a lot of that down to the Europa League. So it is difficult. It is definitely very difficult to judge, and I think United will give it a go. But yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. I certainly don't think. Look, if you look at Manchester United's season, we absolutely deserve to finish in 6th place. So next season, just to finish 4th, we've got to massively, massively improve, haven't we? So I think that we will definitely go all out to try and win the Europa League. And by doing that, he will pick a lot of the main players to do it because there are some half-decent teams in the Europa League, as we've seen. I thought Arsenal were very impressive over 2 legs against Valencia. I really thought Valencia would turn them over, especially in Valencia, and they won. So I think that United would definitely give it a good go. Why's that gone big? Oh, I just don't know what's going on. It's been so long since I've done a That's Football watch-along. I'll tell you what, we could just have a really big timer. Yeah, man, let's have a really big timer today. No, I'm not going to do that, really. But I don't know what... That'll do. Let's just put it there. Anyways, you've got it wrong. You've got it wrong, Goldbridge, because the game hasn't even started yet. People are going to start thinking the game has started, and it's not. It's not started yet, so we're waiting with that. Let's have a look at some of your live comments. I just find it weird. Why do you watch Made in Chelsea seriously? Says Luke Shaw is skinny. Luke Shaw is skinny. He's coming back for more luck because he's been put down once. I like Made in Chelsea. You know, some people don't like it. That's fine. It's free. It's a free world. You don't have to watch everything. It's not started yet. No, it hasn't started. I'm looking forward to this. You know what? I'm really looking forward to this. I've had loads of Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, what are you getting involved in our game for? Why are you so excited? Your season's over." It's not over. It's not over. I'm looking forward to... We'll do watch along next week for England in the Nations Cup. I'm looking forward to that. I think when the season's been over, you sort of get excited about any football. I'm even excited about the Women's World Cup. So you just like... It's not. I like football and summer. I think they go together. Not and summers. I like football and summer, and I think it's a cup final at the end of the day. So yeah, looking forward to it. Luka Jovic to United, says Jackie Tember. Apparently he's already signed for Real Madrid, so I don't know what that's all about. But game's about to kick off now. 3-2 to Arsenal, says Matthew Eden. We've got a Liverpool fan in the house. Football, JJ Lings. I'm going to give a high five there. Gavin and Stacey, Christmas special. Oh, that's such an exciting thing, isn't it? After a shit Game of Thrones. I've been looking forward to Game... You know when it was Christmas time and you look ahead to the year and you think, oh, Game of Thrones is coming out. What a waste of time that was. But really nice to hear that they're going to do a Gavin and Stacey Christmas special. Anyway, we're about to kick off. Keep the questions coming because I'm not going to be that absorbed in the game. But here we are. Baku, 2019 Europa League final. I'm reading it off Aubameyang's shirt. Arsenal to kick off. They haven't kicked off yet. Come on, kick it off. Not many fans there, are there? And we're off. Good. We're good. I did hear that Kit Harington's in rehab. McCarthy. Yes, I did. Don't worry, Prince. There's a lot of Liverpool fans who like my content. It's because I'm quite equal-handed with it, isn't it? I do think Liverpool will win on Saturday. I don't want you to win because you're our biggest rival. I really don't want you to win, but I do think you are going to win. I don't like this camera angle. Hate it. Absolutely hate this camera angle straight away. It's the first thing I'm going to say. Camera angle is shit for this Europa League final. I'm going to tweet it, and I bet it'll get loads of like. It's proper crap. It's like old school Serie A days when you're playing in San Siro and they put the camera in the bloody highest tier. You're miles away from the pitch. It's absolutely shit. They need to go to TV broadcast mode. Hit the start menu, go TV broadcast mode. It's shit, man. It's proper shit, bro. Like they're doing it from a bloody crane. I was going to do a Champions League watch-along final, Liam, but I can't because I'm going on the True Geordie show. But I will do the England games next week. Killer Kalachi Gaming says, what are they filming it with binoculars? It's crap, man. It's proper crap, bro. It's like watching ants. This is the sort of thing that really irritates me. You look forward to a final, and then you're watching bloody ants play. It's a good one. I've nicked it, you see, already. Gencho Laffy says it's not that bad. It is. It is. These are the sort of things. You get a little insight into the Goldbridge psyche here. These are the sort of things that irritate the shit out of me. They really do. Because I'm like, this is just going to bother me all game now. It's just not how you want to watch football on telly. I mean, in one ways, you feel like you're in the stadium. It's like a stadium view, isn't it? You're so far away, you can see so much of the action, and the way the ball's moving around is a different sort of thing. But it's like being in the stadium. It's proper crap. Goodyear blimp in use, says Robert McCall. Good joke, and feel free to keep bringing the jokes in about it. Like, you could say something like, are they filming it from NASA? Yeah, that works. That's good. This camera angle will be for the whole game, Simon Coffey. Yeah. It's like playing FIFA, McCarthy. I've already done that joke, but feel free to join in. Score prediction, Louis Christopher. I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm getting used to it, says Joby. We'll all get used to it, won't we? It's like a boil on the arse. You first sit down and it hurts, then you get used to it. Beast Foley 78 has just subscribed to the channel. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Please do subscribe if you're new. We're going to try and get to 72,000 tonight, which would be nice. Balu says, hopefully Czech will give Chelsea the game. I need to watch a bit of the game, actually, and stop moaning about the camera angle. I think the problem with it is that the reason the camera angle's so bad is because round the edge of the pitch, I imagine it's shit if you're there as well, they've got this river of green stuff. It's like St. Patrick's Day. There's like a river of green round the edge of the pitch. So actually, and it's massive. Look at it at the back end. Look at it behind the goal. It's bloody huge. It's worse than the old Wembley, this is. It's obviously a running track, really, isn't it? But it's massive. It's like a moat of green. And it's proper distance. Like, I bet if you're at the ground, it's shit as well. They should use a bloody drone. I'll tell you what, if you're actually there, I'd be right pissed off as well. It's a long way off the ground, isn't it? That's a waste of space. Is the BPT... I don't know, Sharath Kamath Fitness. I don't know whether the BT YouTube video live only and available in the UK. I'm not watching the final, but I'm playing FIFA, and the camera angle on the game sounds better than the one for the final, says Mutalanga Prapagaran. Yes, it is. Will Lyons says you seem better doing these watch-alongs than United. Oh, yeah, because it's less stressful, isn't it? You just enjoy the game. I must admit, for the last year, I've enjoyed watching games that United don't play a lot more. And it started with the World Cup. Because I just love football like most of you do. And when United aren't playing, you don't get... I mean, especially when United are playing well, it's great to watch football, isn't it? Because it's your team and you're more attached to anything that's going to happen here. But when your team's playing badly... it just frustrates the hell out of you. Foul by Luis on Lacazette there. But very, very equal first 5 minutes so far. Ravo says it's definitely an Olympic stadium. Well, they haven't even got dugouts, have they? They're all sat on fold-up chairs. The management teams, by the look of it. Very cagey start, says did it. I think that's what the name was. Sorry, it whizzed by quite quick. So there's a chance for Arsenal to chuck one into the mixer here, which they have done. And nothing's happened, and it looks like it's going to be a throw-in. Yes, it's gonna be a long, long time. I'm not the man I think I was at all. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man. Okay. So typical cagey start. What you need in a game like this, to give it a bit of analysis in the first few minutes, what you need in a game like this is an early goal. So you do. You need an early goal because then it forces teams out. What we don't want is cagey starts in this football match, and it's a bit of a cagey start. Arsenal going back to their goalkeeper quite a lot so far, and yeah, a cagey game means the longer it goes, the more people don't want to make mistakes. What was your reaction when Fergie said he was going to knock Liverpool off their perch, and what's your thoughts after? My reaction probably was to put Danger Mouse back on because I was a tiny little kid when he said it. So, yeah. But he did a great job. He did a great job. And Wolf Uchiguchigu says, just think a big pair of boobies that'll distract you from the crap camera angle. Might not be my thing. Might be more of a tits and arse man. Terrible Irish accent, says Kieran Byrne. I didn't even know it was Irish. Oh, good cross. That should be a goal. It should have been a goal for Arsenal. Cross came in. I think it was Maitland-Niles. Kepa made a right arse of it. He palms it out to the edge of the box, leaving half of his goal open. There are players in play, but Aubameyang, it drops to, and he should do far better. Kepa just makes a right pig's ear of it. I mean, there are players back there, but I think Aubameyang's got to hit the target from there. Is Mkhitaryan filming this from London on a zoom lens? Back. I think we've had enough of the jokes now because I think Wolf's just won it with that. Wolf Uchiguchigu. That was a good one. Gabonese Jamie Vardy's back at it, says Hassan. And Joshua Stevens says, this final will be known as the Eden Hazard final. We're all sitting back and waiting, mate. We're all sitting back and waiting. Louis says it was a better cross than Young from Maitland-Niles. I don't think it was a particularly good cross. I think I'm with Maloney 02. I thought, why did Kepa punch it? I tell you what, this is reminiscent of the World Cup last year when we did the World Cup watch-alongs. Remember, we did every single game, every World Cup game as a watch-along last year. I bloody loved it. It was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? Remember the 1 o'clock kickoffs, and then was it 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock? I think the kickoffs were for the World Cup in the group stage. It was great. I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and we did it all on this channel. It's nice to be back doing some watch-alongs on here. Thanks everyone for joining me. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share the video. Let's get people involved. Chelsea on the break here with Giroud. He's got a lot of space. Not really committing men forward, Chelsea. Hazard on the ball. Passes it wide to Pedro. He wants an overlap. Rolls it into Hazard. Arsenal with lots of people back because they basically play a back five, Arsenal. We'd love to see an... Oh! Give a free kick, ref! That was a blatant free kick on Hazard. You lazy get. Anyway, still with Emerson for Chelsea. They're still on the attack here. Terrible ball. And Lacazette is away. No, he's not. He's turned back. The atmosphere is dead, says Balu, talking about Baku. Mock JP says, nice hairline, mate. Thanks. If you're not going to get me with stuff like that. Matthew Edlin says, the World Cup 2018 was surprisingly the best. I thought that the World Cup in 2018 was brilliant in the group stage, and unfortunately it tailed off a little bit in the knockout stage. But I think that's always natural, isn't it? Because you get excited about a major event, and the group stage you just soak it all up, and then the knockout stage it becomes it's a bit like this game now, isn't it? Your knockout games become very less relaxed. So yeah, but I thought the group stage was brilliant in the World Cup. And well done to Russia. It was a much better World Cup than I thought it was going to be. Thoughts on Villa getting promoted? I was pretty pleased. Yeah. Simon Stapes, you make me laugh, man. Roll GR says that I want Arsenal to take it easy on Hazard because he's been presented as a Real Madrid player on Monday. Be interesting to see how much money Real Madrid spend this summer, because I think that they, if the timing's right, they could pull that deal off for De Ligt. Interesting to see that Sarri's gone with the United Stand Goldbridge FC formation of 4-3-3, with CDM sitting, 2 box-to-box midfielders either side of him, and then a man up front in the Giroud playing the flex role. That's what I call it. Will you go to Villa Park, says Rapid Stars? To be honest, it makes no difference to me. I'll still be in my mum's bedroom, not going. No, seriously. If it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, I'll go, but it's not easy to get tickets anyway. It's not. United play anybody and it's difficult. That should have... Come on, Chelsea. Chelsea are not in this game at the moment. It's a bit like my FIFA stream. Nearly Aubameyang. Nearly. I'd say Arsenal are shading it at the moment. Don't want them to win it. Do not want them to win it. But Arsenal at the moment have the momentum. Kalal Chandri says, Mark, I love you a lot, mate. Your content is really praiseworthy, and I'm watching this even though I'm doing my exams very soon. Chuck me some questions, I'll answer them. If anyone wants it, we'll turn it into a study session as well. Come on, bloody hell, Jorginho. You're under no pressure. Take the ball down. Don't just knock it long. Chelsea have not settled in this game at all. Come back. That's a foul. Ref! Yes, about bloody time. Mark, if Chelsea score, scream back of the net. Oh, you've ruined it. You've ruined it. That's going to feel staged now. I had it written down on my script. I was going to do it anyway. I've got a whole thing ready. Wilf, me and you, we should go for a drink. We obviously would click with the same personality. What height are you, says Raids? I'm bang on 6 foot. Bang on 6 foot. Do you watch cricket? And Anuj Singh says, I will watch the World Cup because I like major events in most sports because you just engage, don't you? The Olympics, I watch that. I like the bowls. Oh, what a good free kick that was, and nobody bloody moved. Twat. The World Indoor Bowls Championship in January, World Championship Snooker, the Rugby World Cup, yeah. Nobody from Chelsea moved for that free kick at all. Terrible free kick, says Matthew Edlin. Where does Hazard rank for you, says Alex Crawford? It's a very good question that I'll seriously answer, because me and Hazard don't really get on. My issue with Hazard is, if you look back at Hazard this season, remember he scored that goal in the Carabao Cup against Liverpool reserves and Mingale, and everyone was like, oh, he's world class, he's one of the best players in the world, and I'm going to come back to that question. It's a good one. He's one of the best players in the world, and he's not the best player in the Premier League. For the last 2 seasons, he's not the best player in the Premier League. Over the last 6 years, he's probably one of the best players in the Premier League with Aguero, but he's not even the best player in the Premier League at the moment. So how can he be the best player in the world? Last season, the best 2 players in the league were I'm getting this year. I'm talking about this year. I meant to talk about last year. Salah and De Bruyne, and this year it is Van Dijk and Sterling. So he's not the best player in the Premier League. Is he one of the top 5 players in the world? No. Messi, Ronaldo are better than him, obviously. I think that Neymar is better than Hazard. As much as I dislike him, Neymar is a top talent. I can't off the top of my head. Mbappe is better than him, of course. That's 4. He might have a case for 5th because somebody's not really dropping into my head at the moment. But he's just a little bit over. Hazard's a very, very good player. Very, very good player. And I would probably say, he's a top class player. But he isn't one of the best. He's not in the conversation for being the world's best. No. If he goes to Real Madrid and does it, then he can start having that chat. Aditya Bancoli says, have you watched Chernobyl on HBO yet? No, I'm going to watch it. It looks good. Don't somebody ruin it for me, like say that there's a nuclear bomb or something. I don't want to hear it. Easy George Bale 03 says, who needs to win for United to get the Champions League? Never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Basically, if Arsenal win and Man City get banned from the Champions League, Manchester United would be in the Champions League. But I don't think that's going to happen. I tell you what's happened here? Because I think that's a penalty on Lacazette. What's happened there? I missed it. Mate, you're 6 feet, but packing at least 5 down there, says Daquan French. Been watching me in the toilets again. Why is this not a penalty? Laka dived. I thought it looked like a penalty. No pen. Have we got VAR? Have we got VAR in this? Well, Master says it's a clear penalty. Nikola Milenkovic to United would be quite an interesting one because but he's more of a Mourinho target. I don't think that happening. There's no VAR in the Europa League, so oh no, people are saying yes. There is. He must have dived. He must have dived because if there was VAR, that would have been a penalty. Yeah, Roadrunner's got it right. He said real time it looked like a penalty, but slow time it's not. It's a dive. If it was real, it was penalty. Maitland-Niles is doing all right. His crossing's a bit shit. James Farnell says, Mark, how does Shakespeare create tension in Act 5, Scene 1 in Macbeth? I've never read Macbeth. I'm such a chav. Chelsea have started off really crap, David. I agree. I really do agree with you, David. They've started off bloody crap, mate. Bloody crap. Sarri don't look very happy. I'm not very happy. Chelsea been really disappointing, haven't they? Really disappointed. The game has been terrible, says Tyler Crossan, but the stream has been excellent. Well, this is why we do watch-alongs, because if we were all sat at home watching this on our own, we'd be bored to tears going through our Twitter timeline, whereas we can still go through our Twitter timeline whilst having a chat. So let's have one. Doesn't feel like a final, says Anas. It's a crap location. Ball over the top. Lacazette's there. Kepa has probably just been knocked out by Azpilicueta there. I don't know why Azpilicueta's holding... No, he's alright. Kepa's alright, I think. Azpilicueta, the prat, has got no idea about bloody spatial awareness here. Ball over the top. Lacazette and Azpilicueta are chasing. and he still doesn't manage to jump out the way of Kepa. I don't know whether Lacazette gives him a little bit of a push into him. Yeah, he does. Little shit, Lacazette. Your French Charlie Austin. This game is dead, says the White Owl. I like this question from Kunal Shanky. He says, which top 3 players would you take from the Italian League to United apart... Oh, you've ruined it. Apart from Icardi, Skriniar and Ronaldo. I do like Franck Kessie from Milan, so I'll put him in straight away. I can't put Icardi or Skriniar. Koulibaly, yep. So I take Franck Kessie from Milan. I'll take Koulibaly from Napoli. And I tell you who I'd take as a bit of a surprise. I'll take Bernardeschi from Juventus. I think he's a cracking player. I really do. So that would be my 3. Because I can't pick Ronaldo, Icardi or Skriniar. So yeah, I'd go with those. Lacazette looks lively, Jack Coleman. He looks lively. Manchester United stand says that Goldbridge, Chelsea will win and Spurs will win. I hope so. But Arsenal are on top at the moment. And Chelsea are getting it. Mark, opinion on kits made just for Champions League. Pick me, Mark says. Have these kits been done? Oh no, these aren't kits done for the... Have Spurs and Liverpool had kits done for the Champions League? Money. It's all about the money. United did it. It's all about the money. Daniel White says, I'm a new viewer from the United States. I love the channel. What do you think of VAR coming into the Premier League? Video review in America often causes controversy. Daniel, I think it's one of the least discussed things at the moment. And I think that it's going to have an absolutely massive impact on the Premier League next season. I don't think people realise that if you think a 3 o'clock game is going to finish at 5 o'clock anymore, or 5 to 5, you're in for a mistake. Tell the missus to have another half an hour watching her programmes on a Saturday afternoon, because dinner can wait half an hour. They will... games will be finishing at 10 past 5 now. You're going to see games going on for at least 15 minutes longer because of it. If you're in the stadium, you're going to become even more out of the loop, because a lot of stadiums you don't get replays, so you're not going to see what it's all about. A lot of stadiums, the connection on your phone coverage is crap as well. Slip him in. Go on, Kante. Here's Chelsea on the attack. Cross comes in. Giroud. Rubbish, Giroud. Crap. Good cross from Kante, and the control by Giroud is shit. To put it bluntly, it's absolutely shit. You bloody big French Peter Crouch. Crap. Good cross by Kante. All he's got to do is flick it back. Try something stupid. Doesn't work. Can you do a watch-along of the Women's World Cup, says Felicity Dell. I don't really think it's a good idea. And actually, what Giroud was trying to do there, he wasn't even trying to flick it back. He was trying to score with some weird flick. At least they've had a chance. Pratashari Praswad. Mark, I think Koulibaly could still force a move, because no matter how bad we are, Naples to United is always a step up. I think that's the only hope with the Koulibaly deal. But let's not forget, if Ramos leaves Real Madrid, then Real Madrid will want to sign a centre-back, and Koulibaly could go there. What do you think of Manchester United's new kit, says Kane Harris. I like it. I think the badge is exceptional, but that's a give him a yellow card for that, ref. Oh, ref's crap. I do like Barella, Ben Murray, and I very nearly picked Varela instead of Kessie. When does the ICC World Cup start, Karen? You see, the reason I like doing these streams is like, because it's not as intense as a United game, I can interact more with the live comments and ask questions and get answers. Oh, it's a goal. Oh, Arsenal, so close. Good header. Cross came in from Aubameyang. I thought they were going to head it home, and it was a good defensive clearance. Arsenal still the better team in this final so far. Torreira, put a tackle in, for God's sake. Chelsea defending quite well, but a little bit on the ropes. Mark Willis, that's sexist. Feels like a pre-season friendly, says Roy Keane, simply the best. Oh, what a shot by Xhaka. I think he hit the bar from 30 yards out. Good shot. I'm going to come back to that comment from Roy Keane, simply the best, saying it feels like a pre-season friendly. I think he's right, because... And I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the Champions League final. That was that cross from Aubameyang. I want to see this shot from Xhaka. He's got a good one. Top of the bar. I tell you what. Unlike that shot against De Gea that moved in the air, this would have been an absolute cracker. Kepa is beat if that's on target in the top corner. Tomorrow, the ICC World Cup. When's England's first game? And where is it being held? And what time do they bat off? I forget what I was going to ask now because I'm asking so many questions. No, but I think it's going to be really interesting because I've said this and a lot of people were like, oh, you don't know what you're on about, Goldbridge. The Premier League season stopped 2 weeks ago. Like, there's basically a 2.5 week gap for Arsenal and Chelsea to play a game of football. And for Arsenal, for Liverpool and Spurs, it's 3 weeks. How do you keep yourself match sharp when you haven't got a game for 2.5 weeks? I know you can train and stuff, but it's difficult, and I think that's what we're seeing in this. Go on, put Hazard in. Bloody idiot! You bloody idiot! Who are you? Who are you? I want to know your name, you bloody prat. You could have put Hazard in on a one-on-one there. Emerson shoots. Corner. Who was the prat running down the right for Chelsea then? Absolute idiot. If you could choose, sell whoever you want and David De Gea and Pogba stays but no income, or buy whoever you want and David De Gea and Pogba leaves and no one else goes, says Sebastian Anderson. Wow, that's really, really hard. I'm just going to say sell De Gea and Pogba and buy a load of players. I don't even know if that answers the question. Favourite football stadium except Old Trafford, says Toby Griffiths. Does it have to be in England? Can it be abroad? I think the Nou Camp's pretty impressive. Arsenal definitely on top in this game at the moment. It is 0-0. If you watch this channel, make sure you watch the United stand. I know it's United, but it's still good. Oh, come on. What's that from Kante? Where's Chelsea players here? Come on, Hazard. You are playing like bloody Nathan Redmond at the moment. Oh, you're rubbish, mate. Who are you? Jorginho. Bloody idiot. Final ball. When does Love Island start? Christian. It's a good shot by Xhaka, but it's still not going in. It looked like it was Aspilicueta Quavers to me, who was bombing down the right. I like a lot of the Italian grounds, Robbie Stones, to be honest. Foul. Arsenal look more of a threat in this game. It was Kovacic, Ruben says. Bloody Kovacic. Basically, running down the right-hand side, one Arsenal defender back. All he's got to do is square it to Hazard, who's one-on-one, and he tries to take the bloody defender on. Chelsea are doing a little bit better now. They bloody need to. God, Kante's got loads of room. Run into it. Aspilicueta, do shoot. Shoot. Oh. Blocked. All country finals are always an on-off affair, says Draughty Devil. Profound, as usual. Waddle huddle, I just want to cuddle Marky, says Daquan French. Want to cuddle. You just want to cuddle me. Well, everyone needs a cuddle, don't they, sometimes? Sofa Gut says it was definitely Kovacic. Kovacic is the prat at the moment. Arsenal on the attack here. I think if Arsenal get in front, they'll be winning 1-0. Oh, deflected over the bar. Roll JR says, Mark is a Real Madrid fan. I can't wait to see Manchester United get back to the top of the best club in the Premier League, despite the current structure problems. Thank you, Roll JR. There's nothing like sympathy from rivals to make you realise how shit you must be when your rivals are saying, I hope you get back. La Exo says, new United stand match video, Mark. Yeah, we played last Saturday, but you've got to edit it and stuff. I haven't even put the commentary on it yet, so There's about 4 or 5 different camera angles, so it does take about a week for it to go up. But we've got another game on Friday, so you should be getting a game every week for the next couple of weeks, which is good. Over the bar from the corner. Why do you dislike, hate, want to obliterate Xhaka? Says Jens Bovell. I don't hate this Xhaka. He plays for Arsenal. I don't particularly think he's that good. But I don't hate the lad. I don't hate any footballer. I don't know why people have to think that dislike is hate. I wonder if Robbie from AFTV is in one of them boxes. Or he's in with the normal fans. He could afford one of them bloody boxes, I'll tell you that for free. He spends 500 quid on his breakfast. It's not a big breakfast, he just gets it flown in from wherever he wants it. He's absolutely loaded. He only wears his pants once and then throws them in the bin. He's minted. Someone comes and wipes his arse for him. I'm making all of that up, by the way. It's not true. Well, it might be true, but I wouldn't know that. Giroud kept it in very well there. Got a lovely first touch, Giroud, you know, for a big guy. Go on, you're in. Emerson, good save. Good save by Cech. He didn't let that one in. Good bit of play from Chelsea there. I thought they'd let it go. Hazard's going into the box here. Good defending from Maitland-Niles. That was a chance. At last, that was a chance. Cross coming in. Cleared by Arsenal. Come on, Chelsea. We'd love to see you get a goal. Well, Arsenal supporters wouldn't. Lucas says that Robbie paid for all 6,000 fans to go. Does anyone know where the Europa League final is next year? That's probably worth taking a look for us United fans. That's terrible defending by Arsenal. 3 players on 1. Hazard, he's done well. He's won it back. That's not a foul. Play on. Emerson. Giroud and his bloody flicks again. Just hit the ball. Jay Mayu says, who would you support in the Premier League except Manchester United? Well, I support Chelsea tonight and Spurs on Saturday. It's that simple. Talk about what Neymar did. So if you didn't see the clip of Neymar, ball goes into a Brazilian lad who I think he's 19 in the national squad called Weverton. And he megs Neymar, who drags him to the floor and runs away because he's a petulant little shit. But I can't moan about that too much because I'm quite petulant on the pitch. Would you sell Pogba for Rice, Barella and Fernandes? Says Dude Media UK. Yes. Those 3 players for Pogba, yeah, definitely. If Arsenal lose, AFTV will go trending. They'll go trending either way, mate. They'll go trending either way. The Prat in the Hat will have his script ready. He'll have been in Baku practicing it for the last 2 days. Whichever way it goes, he'll have little lines ready. He'll have his little anger face ready. And if they win, they'll go viral anyway for slagging us off. Are you doing a watch along for Liverpool versus Tottenham? Says Tony Bain. I don't think so. I might be, but I might be doing. I might be on the kickoff with True Geordie. Stop punching the ball, Kepa. He's done it again. Just catch the ball. It's not a bloody beach ball. Next year, the final will be in Poland, says Vlad Villar. Still a bit of a trek, Flex. Look at him. He's punched again. Catch the ball. You're meant to be better than De Gea, apparently. Couldn't catch a cold, says Malone. Exactly. Oh, Brito United's asked this about 5 times. I've got to answer it. Do you rate Kieran Tierney from Celtic, Mark? I don't know, because he plays in a pub league, so it's very hard to tell. He could be like Van Dijk, who played in a pub league, who was very good, or he could be like countless players that look good in that league and actually aren't that good. Kieran Brown makes a good point that Ruben Diaz is 5'10", so he might be a little bit too small to play next to Lindelof. It's a good point. We do need a domineering centre-back. Come on, Chelsea. At least this final shit, it really needs a goal. For Chelsea, not Arsenal. But I think both teams are struggling because they haven't played a game for over 2 weeks. Cross comes in. Giroud. They'll get rid of that. Neymar does the same with his sister, says Wolf Aguchi. Mark, how do you watch every game even though Sky Sports don't broadcast everything, says Ben Murray. Well, I don't watch every game, do I? Because if it's a 3 o'clock game on a Saturday, I go to the game. Rayan Williams says, ring too big, Mark. Well, it's up to you what you do in your spare time, mate. It's not my problem your ring's too big. And do you like perfume, says Demba Dibba. I like aftershaves for men. I don't wear women's perfume. I like the smell of women's perfume on my wife, but I don't wear it. Mark, what do you think of the Line of Duty ending? Crap. Will Whitehouse. Yes. I just feel at the start of the series and at the end of the series, we're in the same position. There was some. I thought Stephen Graham was very good in it, but I think it just keeps getting silly. Why? The thing that annoys me about Line of Duty is why does it always have to be about the same organised crime group? Like there are hundreds of organised crime groups in the UK. Why can't you just close off that story and do a different organised crime group in the next series instead of it always being the same one? Giroud! Oh, what a save. What a save. Good chance. Czech is certainly not trying to let Chelsea win. But to be honest, if he'd let that in, he would have been crap. It was very close to him. You seen 16-year-old who played for Celtic weeks ago, says the guy. No. And Priteshi Prasad says, I want to punch Lingard. I've got no problems with players acting like 12-year-olds, but at least play good football. If not, man up rather than 0.012%. I don't condone violence. Let's not be violent. I have seen Breaking Bad, Umar 26. Can I have one, please?
Yeah, do you having a bath or not?
Yeah, we'll have to jump in. If Arsenal win the Europa and City get banned, does United get Champions League, says Fritz Achu. Apparently so. Apparently so. Hey, Drawty, if you are watching, watch out if Chelsea score. I'd already got it planned anyway, but Wilf mentioned it. Another corner. I think Chelsea are more of a threat from corners, aren't they? Mark, give us some words of wisdom and favourite aftershave brand, says Yusuf Ahmed. I can't remember what my bloody aftershave is that I wear. I'd love to tell you all so you can all go and buy it. I think it's not Givenchy. I forget what it. I've got a Hugo Boss one at the moment. But Check's punching now. Pedro. Kante. Bad first touch. Chelsea have to go back to halfway line. Yeah. Sarri definitely sets his team up like the United stand. He must be watching us. 4-3-3. Even leaves his full-backs back on corners. It's not Old Spice, you cheeky get, Jannik Nielsen. That wasn't a foul. That's the ref's just lazy. I used to wear Lynx aftershave when I was little. I used to get them in a gift pack at Christmas. Who's more of a donkey, Matic or Lukaku? I think they're just different breeds of donkey. You know, like you can get different breeds of dogs, like Rottweiler and a Pooch. Well, I don't know whether that is a brand actually. Brand of dog. Yeah, they're just a different breed. Christian Dior Savage, I've had that before. Mark, by punching, I did not mean it literally, says Precious Prasad. I'm sure you didn't, mate. I'm sure you didn't, which is why I sort of clarified it for you. I would rather wear my piss than wear Lukaku's aftershave, Adam Morris, to be honest with you. Knowing Lukaku, you'd probably spray it on and it'd miss. You'd have a faulty spray. Hazard's doing quite well. This is the thing about Hazard. He does really well on the ball, but it's not close enough to the goal. It's always like halfway line stuff. Another corner. Chelsea. Oh, James, you made me throw up with that comment. You made me throw up, man. Am I confident in Solskjaer next season, Ben? No. Ben Johnson, no. I hope you're not that drug cheat Ben Johnson from Canada in the 80s. He was a 100-metre sprinter. I'm not confident in Ollie. No, I'm hopeful. Mark Willis says, is Old Trafford now a donkey sanctuary? It's the biggest donkey sanctuary in the UK, you're right. I did like Breaking Bad, Umar26. I think a lot of people I speak to about Breaking Bad to, the first season, you've got to sort of get through it. It's not that it's a bad season, you've just got to get through it, and then it becomes really good. But you look at Game of Thrones, I thought the first 4 seasons were excellent. Then they went off a little bit, and then the last season is just, it's diabolical. It's diabolical. Don't care what anyone says. They rushed it. That was the problem. I know they put a lot of work into it, and I watched the documentary, and they definitely do. But they rushed it because they all want to go and do other things. I recommend you watch Nightfall, Shaka Phillips. Is that about the Knights that fall? The Knights Templar? Greedy. Chelsea are being greedy. You ain't going to keep that on. Kovacic again. He's bloody greedy. Never been to Harrogate, I don't think, Joseph. I think it's in Leeds, isn't it? That sort of area. Oh no. Mark, just saw the video where you predicted Manchester United to win the league in 2016-17. 2016-17, 17-18. What have we just done? 19-20. Yeah, but that was Mourinho's first season, 17-18, wasn't it? I think we just all got excited because we got Pogba. I'm going to watch Chernobyl. It might be a boring final, Henry, but it's not a boring stream. That's the main thing. This is why we did the watch-along. I had a feeling it was going to be a tight game like this. Drawty's right. It's always the same when 2 English clubs play the thing. I've watched Stranger Things, Maloney. I'm caught up. I'm waiting for the next season to come out. Half time. Crap final. Premier League ended too early. That's my feeling. The Premier League ended too early because this is Arsenal and Chelsea with no football for 2.5 weeks, and it could be a foreshadowing for the Champions League final as well, because Liverpool and Spurs won't have played for 3 weeks, so the match sharpness just isn't there. That's my feeling about it. It's going to be a 1-goal final. It could even go to extra time. It could even go to penalties. Ruben just said, I think it will go to extra time. Have you watched Peaky Blinders? Yes. How do you always manage to get W's? Says Danish CM. I don't know. And Mickey and Sanchez worst swap deal ever, says Simon Coffey 9995. Someone wake me up, says Simon Otwell. Well, the stream's been fantastic. The stream's been very good. It's just the game that's been a little bit poor. I'd say Arsenal have had the better of it, but it's still a very, very equal game. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. If we could get 72,000 subscribers tonight, that would be fantastic. I think we deserve it. We've been having a really good chat in the live comments, so do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. And if you're already a subscriber, please do click the share button. You can share this stream on Twitter and on Facebook, so please do that. I do my FIFA stuff on here. Lots of generic content on here as well. So yeah, get involved. Everybody's welcome on here, and you don't just. I know I do the United stand, but I do watch a lot of other footballers. I'm sure you do. Daniel B predicts a draw. Arsenal were far better, says Certified. I think the better chances went to Chelsea there. That chance for Giroud was pretty good. Emerson also had a shot as well. But on the balance, yeah. Man United will win the league next season, says Caden Smith. Stop drinking, mate. Stop it. And let's Czech save them, says Nusrat Jahan. I think Czech should make both the saves, but he could have let one in. Harry Collier has recently subscribed. Thank you. Goldbridge more entertaining than the football as per usual, says Nathan Brown. Thank you. And Qatar World Cup will be exactly the same, says Kieran. I mean, that World Cup is going to be dodgy, isn't it? This is the one that's going to be played around Christmas time. All I'm going to say is enjoy the Euros next year, because the next major tournament after that is going to be crap. James Farnell says, can you explain the process of youth replication for 6 marks? No, don't know what it is. Hazard is playing class, says Keith O'Connor. I disagree. I think this is the thing with Hazard. Hazardistas will say he's had a great game. What's he done in the final third? He's looked good on the ball, but he's not doing enough in the final third for me. Yeah, Jones and De Ligt or Smalling and Koulibaly. So I actually would say Smalling and Koulibaly, because I think De Ligt and Koulibaly are very close in ability. I just prefer De Ligt. Thank you. I prefer De Ligt because he is younger, but I think Smalling's way better than Jones. So I'd go Smalling and Koulibaly over Jones and De Ligt. Any football manager coming soon on the channel, Mark, says Sean Keith. That's a good idea. We could do a football manager, couldn't we? Are you a fan of Parma Violet Gin, says Jack Grow. If it's anything like the Parma Violet Sweets, no. Prajit says that tomorrow starts the World Cup in cricket. What time's bat off for the England game? And will we get into the Champions League if Arsenal beats Chelsea, Mario? I wouldn't bank on it. This is a theory whereby if Man City get kicked out of the Champions League, the team who finish in 5th get into the Champions League. So that's Arsenal. But if Arsenal win the Europa League, then the team who's finished in 6th get into it. But I don't think Man City will be kicked out of the Champions League this season. I think it will be for next season. Because Pep's clearly going to say, Mark, let's hope for the best. We have to believe, says Direj. Yep. FCI Mai has subscribed. One of the worst finals of all time, says Shabal Hazal Razwi. No, there's been worse finals than this, mate. What was that one that was at Old Trafford years ago? Is it AC Milan Juventus and it went to penalties? It was crap. A lot of you probably weren't born. Hi, Mark. Can you call Lachlan a silly prat? Lachlan, you're a silly prat. And would you sell 5 players or 10 if you had a choice? 10. Tell Mike I would. As long, you'd have to sign a few as well. Nando's or KFC, says Skate Forever 10. You've got to go Nando's, haven't you? It's a bit more highbrow. Whom are you supporting today, says Shirag72, even though both are our rivals? And score predict. I'm Chelsea, 100%. I don't want Arsenal to win. I can't be doing with you-know-who on Arsenal going up, for me as a Manchester United fan, the season's been over for a long time and we're looking forward. I think if Arsenal win tonight, we'll have to look back again because they'll be going blah, 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 6th, ha, 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 we're in the Champions League, 6th, so it all comes up again. So it's got to be Chelsea because they're already in the Champions League. So, yeah, it's got to be Chelsea for me. If Arsenal win it, they're going to reopen the last season for United just to take the piss out of us. I will be watching the new season of Last Kingdom. I don't know when it's out. Tabish, I presume it'll be out in the autumn time. Which Premier League coach would you want to grab a drink with? Says TMAC1129. I would have said like someone like Neil Warnock would be an interesting pint, but he's not a Premier League coach anymore, is he? So, to be honest, I think Sarri would be quite good. He likes a fag, doesn't he? So, he'd probably be quite laid back. Pep, I think, would be boring. Just want to talk about bloody triangles and stuff. Klopp, if Klopp wasn't a Liverpool manager, that might be quite interesting, but that rules him out. Pochettino, I think, could be quite boring as well. Lacazette. There is contact on the head from Kepa on the penalty, but VAR says no. Can you say that Ben Savage needs to choose a better team, please? Says Michael Mulrahan. I've just done it for you. The Lacazette thing is interesting because he knocks the ball past and his head, Kepa's head, does catch, and his hand. It's interesting how VAR doesn't go back and look at that, because I think if VAR looks at that, it's a penalty. There's contact there. I've got to be fair. There is contact there on Lacazette twice, one from the hand and one from the head. So I don't know how they can say that's a dive and not refer it to VAR. Are we sure we've got VAR in this final? Tasneem Jadwat says, "Hi Mark, I'm from South Africa. I watch all your videos religiously from the United Stand. Literally watch the match with the sound off and your commentary on. You're a very intelligent guy. You're going to go a long way. You're going to go a long way." Harvey says it's a dive. You see, I've got to be consistent there. As much as I don't like Arsenal, my stance has always been, no matter how much contact's there, if the contact's there, it's a penalty. I think the striker's got the right, or the opposition player's got the right to go down if there's contact there. So it's an interesting development. Well, we've had a very interesting comment here, and this is from Al, and this is based against the comments as well. I'll take one from the team, but Al says, in capital letters, "There's no VAR in Europa, moron." So basically, anybody who thinks that there's VAR in the final is a moron because Al says so. Despite the fact that Al is a moron because he's taken the time to type his sentence in capitals letters. That's moronic. But how is it moronic for me to ask if there is VAR in the Emmerdale Cup when my team hasn't been in the Emmerdale Cup? We're in it next year, but I haven't watched any Europa League football, so I don't know whether you get VAR in it. I presume being the Emmerdale Cup and you play most games on farms, yeah, you're lucky if it's even on the telly, but it's a valid question to ask. Mohammed Al-Koush says it's a dive and it's offside. And Tasneem Jadwat's a goal. Oh, Tasneem, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did actually think it when I said guy, so I'm sorry for that. It's just an assumption on a name that I'd never heard before, so I wasn't. Yeah, I apologise for that. It's a girl. Vikram says that there is VAR anyway, but it's being operated by Jones, says Anaban. And a lot of people are saying that there is VAR in the final anyway. So Al, you're a moron. Well, Zed Jamie, who I trust, has said there is definitely VAR in it. So Al, not only were you moronic with your capital letters, you're also a moron because you've got it wrong. Well done. Ding dong, ding dong, ding. There's progress now. Somebody said they've sent me a message on Twitter, but I've just checked both my accounts and neither make any sense. Yes, that if it's Will Griffiths, you've made two very good points there about De Ligt. Basically, there's a comment that I've been sent on Twitter, and it's very, very true. I did a video on the United Stand. If you've not watched it, give it a watch after this, about De Ligt and the latest developments, because there's been quite a few today. And effectively, Real Madrid could enter the fray for him, or Koulibaly. But as Will says, they did buy Militao from Portugal, and they spent 60 million on him. So he is a centre-back that should be playing for them next season anyway. And yeah, on top of that, Edwin van der Sar did say that De Ligt would go to England or Spain, so that would rule out Germany, Italy and France. Xbox or PS4, says Rose Baker. PS4! That wasn't planned, actually, Rose. That was because I was getting up to do my back, and then I was answering the question, so I went, PS4. You know what that is? Degeneration X. Old school wrestling. That's going to be a meme now, isn't it? Degeneration. I'll do it properly so it looks good because I don't think my head was in that. Degeneration X. Old school wrestling. My bad, lads. I'm the moron, says Al. Accept the L. Well done. You're welcome back. There is no VAR. Listen to commentary, says Josh Hickey. Oh, this VAR thing's rolling on in the live comments. Let's just everybody subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 72,000. Keep sharing video. Mark, can you wish me and the Bean Squad good luck against the boyfriends on Friday? Says Ruben O. Good luck. We're playing on Friday night as well. United Stand. I might actually say where we're playing. I don't know whether... The trouble is we've never played there before, so I don't know if people turn up whether they can watch or not, but we're playing on Friday night. HBK and Triple H, says Shivan Singh. Sweet chin music. When's the PS5 coming out, says Snaps. Everything's 5 at the moment. I had a message from my phone provider saying that 5G's coming out soon. I don't know what it is. John Wick 3 looks good, Kim Brown. I never watched The Big Bang Theory. Captain Clun says that both Arsenal and Chelsea will not qualify out of their Champions Group. They are so poor. Well, you know, that's a very good point, really. Of course, Arsenal and Chelsea will be very pleased that they're in the Champions League if Arsenal do get in the Champions League. But they aren't going to be winning the league. They're not going to win the league. The Champions League. They're not. They won't even get to the quarterfinals. Uzar, I did just read it, so you're wrong. Uzar Limbada. And hey Mark, how are you? Says George Ramos. Where is the lovely Mad Marcus? And also, when is FIFA Ultimate Team coming back? We miss it. I'm not aware that FIFA Ultimate Team is coming back because I'm enjoying my career mode at the moment. As for Mad Marcus, I haven't spoken to him this week. He could have come on. He just I think he's on his summer holidays. No one says to watch the Vikings. Unfortunately, I read the summary of season 4 and it's made me not want to watch it because it's quite the big things. John Cena wasn't merely my time, Trevor. David has Googled it. This is the definitive line. David has Googled it and there is VAR. What do you think of hashtag United, says James Greach. I mean, it's pretty amazing what they've done. I've got to say that, it is. Teams are coming out second half. Hi to Singapore, Abdullah. There you go. Marcus is too busy playing Xbox, says Kangu. Probably. Really enjoyed the United Stand show tonight, Mark. Watch Transfer Daily when I can during exams. Love interacting too. In fact, you actually read them. Have you ever been to Hull or Beverley? Says Joe Anguish. No. Beverley, I nearly said yes. For some reason, I've had something to do with Beverley in my life. It might have been one of my previous jobs, but no. What is a pillock? Tabish Arshad. It's a prat, basically. Why do you love Liverpool? I don't. What? I don't know where this Liverpool love comes from. Liverpool are my biggest rival. Watch me on Saturday. You'll see how much I love Liverpool. All I do is I just don't really trash people anymore because United are crap. So it's made me be a little bit more respectful for the first time in my life because United have been very good for most of my life. Here we go with the second half then. Can we get a goal? Hopefully for Chelsea. Otherwise, this blue Chelsea top I'm wearing under here has been totally wasted. Second half's up and running. Ding dang do. Mark, which teams do you think can rival France for Euros and World Cup? For me, England, Holland, Portugal and Belgium. Jack Phillips. Well, England could win a trophy. We'll be doing watch-alongs for those. We'll be doing the Nations Cup. Do you know, I only found this out today. Did you know that the Nations Cup, England play next Wednesday, then the finals on the Sunday, but there's a third and fourth playoff for that? What a waste of time. What an absolute waste of time. They play a third and fourth playoff for the Nations Cup. It's like having a third and fourth playoff for the Carabao Cup. It's really not that good. I used to like WWE. I don't really watch it anymore. If I did watch it, it would be like for Royal Rumble and something like that. But I just don't really relate to any of the wrestlers now. When I used to watch it, you had like loads of people that you liked. Like I liked Triple H, Bret the Hitman Hart, British Bulldog, The Rock, Ken Shamrock. They're all gone now. They're not dead, they've just retired. Goal kick. Mark, Neuer 2014 or De Gea 2017, says Prishwash Prasad. I think De Gea's better on his day, but he's just not on his day at the moment. Are you jealous of the atmosphere at Anfield, says Pick Me Mark? No, because to be honest with you, Anfield had this levelled against them a lot for a number of years, that it lost its atmosphere. And one of the things I noticed up until about a season ago was that when United played at Old Trafford, at Anfield, it was nowhere near as intimidating as it used to be. So, you know, fair play, Liverpool have got their atmosphere back, but you get a good atmosphere back when you play the right brand of football, and that's what Klopp's done. So, am I jealous of that? Yes, but it's not something that can't be won back. Here's Hazard on a run. They're worried about him. Gets it into Giroud. There's a foul off the ball. He's got to go back for the foul. He's not giving it. Ref's a bit shit. Is he giving the foul or not? Seems to me Hazard does the 1-2 with Giroud. And Monreal should get booked, really. He should get booked. It's deliberate. Do you like Rick Walking Dead over Game of Thrones, says Sebastian Anderson? I always loved Game of Thrones, and I like Walking Dead. So there's your answer, but I'm disappointed in the end of it. He's just gone for a corner. He's just given a straight corner for that on Hazard. Ridiculous. Yeah, The Undertaker. How did I forget him, Merwin? You're right. Rubbish corner. Story of the game, really. Imagine if Phil Jones is a Man United manager in the future and a ban. God, we'll never get rid of him. I'll tell you what though, I don't really know much about Azerbaijan, but I really do like the Formula 1 race there, Baku as well. Switch the play. Here we go, Emerson. He's got a shot on him. He might have a go. Giroud! Yes! Back of the net! Baku the net! Got it wrong twice. Baku the net! Baku the net! Giroud! Come on! Come on down! The French Peter Crouch heads it home. It's Chelsea 1-0. Here we go. Bang! It's Lyle and Scott. You thought it was going to be Chelsea. Back of the net. Baku the net. Remember, that's what I'm saying. Advantage Chelsea 1-0. Lovely stuff. Good header. Back of the net. Got to get that tweet out because everyone's going to do it. And now we're back in the room. Everything's back. Baku the net. Stop saying it. Even I'm saying it now. Giroud scored. It's 1-0. And it's Chelsea. It's a good header as well. He ain't going to save that. I bet Sarri wishes he was sucking on a fag right now. No, stop. I don't mean that. I meant a cigarette. 1-0 to Chelsea. Giroud against his old club. It's always the way. It's always the way. I do feel Chelsea are a better team than Arsenal. Although they've got a free kick here. To be fair, it wasn't Emery who sold Giroud, was it? It was Wenger. It's a good header. It's a very good header. He gets across his man. He's got a powerful head on him. And no keeper could save that, really. So, Giroud makes it 1-0 to Chelsea. Arsenal. Can they get back into it from this cross? Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That's a foul. That's a foul. Yes. It's a foul. Still a long way to go, but we're happy at the moment. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're getting very close to 72,000 subscribers. David says that Giroud has got 11 goals in 14 matches. How? You can't feel bad for Czech. James, I would love to credit you for that, but if it works out, it will be great. It will be great. Let's see. Well, the team I want is in front. I think with Arsenal, they've got... I mean, is Ozil playing in this bloody final, by the way? Seriously, yet again. He's crap, isn't he? He's got the ball now, to be fair. Watch him go and do something. He's actually done quite well there. It's the first time I've noticed Ozil all game. The thing with Arsenal is they've got a dangerous... with Lacazette and Aubameyang, they've got two strikers who can score your goals. But it's their midfield and defence. It's just bang average, isn't it? I'll love it if Arsenal are back in the Emmerdale Cup, regardless of whether Man City get kicked out or not. How sad is it that you're having to hope that a team gets banned from a tournament so that you can get into it? I mean, seriously, they'll just be lucky, but they'll still be out tonight. Pritar Prasad says, Mark, are we and Arsenal both Banter FC? Yeah, we are, but, you know, I'd rather have somebody with us than just us. Here's Hazard into the box. Ooh, good defending there, to be fair. Socrates. What do you make of Giroud not celebrating? Very respectful, says Wilf. Yeah, Wilf Uchaguchagoko. Yeah, it's a nice touch, isn't it? He was at Arsenal for a while. Fair play to Giroud for playing in this final, though. And fair play to Sarri for picking him, because he's always been pretty much a sub, hasn't he? I mean, he played for France in the World Cup and did sod all. Kante's been a big player to have back as well. Pedro. Ooh. Oh, Giroud. I think he might have injured himself there, though, Giroud. He's done his groin. Emery out, says Henry Tompkinson. But this is the problem with, like, you know what I'm talking about. Pratt in the Hat, Troops, whoever. Their problem is that if they lose this game, they can't just go, oh, it's one of those games. We didn't play particularly well. It's been a long season. We've had 2.5 weeks without a game. We looked rusty. It'll be somebody's fault. They'll have to blame somebody. They'll have to have a rant about somebody. And that's what pisses me off about the modern fan. Because we do, as United fans, we have had probably a good year of doing a lot of ranting about players, but it's consistent. Like Ashley Young, if he scores a goal, we love Ashley Young. He's crap. Phil Jones, crap. You know, it's consistent. But what does my head in about Arsenal fans is they are so flip-flop. They are so flip-flop. Like after that Brighton game when they drew, they were like, oh, you're all a bunch of this, that and the other. Then they beat Valencia away from home and they're wanking them off. And it's like, that's what I can't stand about it. It's like, if they win this game, they'll have the lube out to get on and they'll be giving them hand jobs for free. If they lose this game, it'll be somebody's fault and they're all a waste of time. And that doesn't do fans any favours, does it? Sean Mullen says, well, Sean, if they do blame Czech for that, then they're imbeciles about football. I've played football a lot. I've watched a lot of football like you lot. Czech's not at fault for that goal. It's unstoppable. The power of the header that Giroud gets on the cross, takes off the cross, and where he positions it, it would have been a worldie if he'd save it. Jer and George, we are playing AFTV and DTFC with United Stand FC. Yeah. Ding 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 ding. Alex says, I'm a Sporting fan and I started watching your channel after the Bruno Fernandes rumours. I hope he goes to United more than City. Cheers, pal. I'd love to have him at our club, and I'm Arsenal are starting to come into this game a little bit more. I think it's just it's the way of life, isn't it? It's like, you know, he wants to go to a bigger league than the Portuguese league, and I don't say that in arrogance in any way, because United have had it. We had it with Ronaldo. We couldn't keep hold of Ronaldo. He was absolutely brilliant for us. He wanted to go and play in La Liga for Real Madrid, and he went. So it doesn't matter how big a club you are, it does happen. So yeah, I'd love Bruno Fernandes to come to us. Red Jedi says this game is far from over. No, I don't think it'll finish 1-0. I actually think, if you watched my FIFA predicts, it was 1-1. So I think it could well be a 1-1 game. The next goal will be critical. I think if Chelsea get it, it's game over. It could be an Arsenal United final next year, yeah. I wouldn't pick Phil Jones for United Stand FC. No, Robert McCall. I've got 2 good centre-backs, thanks. Nick Lee says the atmosphere is so low. They're so far away from the pitch. It's so far to travel. I don't imagine it is a good atmosphere. But in fairness to UEFA, you've got to take football around, haven't you? I mean, the final next year is in Poland, apparently. You've got to take football. If it's a European tournament, you've got to take it around Europe. It can't always be in England, Italy, France, and Spain. But Arsenal are starting to attack more now. I don't know what Arsenal have got on their bench though. Iwobi? It's on the edge of the box. Torreira, good block. Aubameyang, that'll be a foul. Do you expect Ronaldo to come back or no way, says Alex? No, Ronaldo won't come back to United now. It needed to be last season, and it could have been last season. He was available and we never went in for him. So, yeah, we won't do that. We won't do that. We're only 50 subscribers away from 72,000 subscribers, which is what we set ourselves the target for tonight. Please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, that's football. Everybody's welcome here. Baku isn't in Europe, says Matthias Rex. I don't know. It's a long time since I did geography. Neither's Israel though, and their teams play in Europe. Remember when Australia were in the Eurovision Song Contest, which is shit. I don't know why the UK enter that anymore. They just hate us because of Brexit. It's a waste of bloody time. Play on, play on. Come on, get the second goal, Chelsea. Hazard, Pedro, yes! Where's Troops? Baku again, 2-0 to Chelsea. Sit down, Arsenal. You're back in the Emmerdale Cup with us. Don't get above your station. Get into the Europa Emmerdale Cup with Banter FC and Pampers FC. Baku again. Baku again. Thank you very much. Good night. Chelsea 2-0. Simples. 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 Got to get my tweet in. 2-0. And you know what? That's 1 down. That's 1-0 down, isn't it? Chelsea knocking Arsenal out or beating Arsenal. That's 1. Now it's Spurs on Sunday. Change the score. It's over. It's Pedro. Well, this has not gone the way I thought it was going to go. I actually thought Arsenal would cause Chelsea more problems because Chelsea started off quite badly, but fair play. 15 minutes gone in the second half, 2-0 up. It's not quite over yet, but Is DT at the game? Says Kevin Green. Yeah, he will be. They won't get their fan cams up until about probably a week on Thursday, because they're in Baku, aren't they? So they'll probably have to get wireless wires to plug into the internet, because it is the Emmerdale Cup after all, isn't it? They do play games in odd places, but yeah, it'd be worth watching. When you hit 100k, can you and Mad Marcus have a strip show? Says Marius Convert. Yeah, I suppose we can. Yeah, well, Arsenal fans, they'll find some excuse, won't they? The reality is, you're just shit. You know, we're United, put my hands up, we're worse than you, but you're still joining us in the Emmerdale Cup unless Man City get a ban. And how sad is it that you're hoping for a ban on another club? Like I said about United, you've got to take the L. We're in the Emmerdale Cup because we're shit. And Arsenal are going to be in the Emmerdale Cup because they're shit. The only thing Arsenal can say against us now is, we finished 5th. Oh, well done. You finished 5th. A slightly paler shade of shit than 6th. Their season's as shit as ours, really. Sarri has done well to turn it around. Arsenal were better in the first half, says Dylan Pidgley. Yeah, I think Arsenal have been better in some ways. But the better chances in the first half went to Chelsea. Emerson and Giroud. Oh, that's a foul. He should have passed it there. Chelsea are just killing Arsenal on the break at the moment. Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. Pass! He's in! Oh, come on. Kovacic again. Refs losing this final. Would I rather Manlas or Alderweireld, Charlie? Alderweireld. I don't think Manlas is that good. There'll be another goal in this. Arsenal have totally bottled it. What a run this is. I think it's Kovacic. It's a lovely run. Shoot. He could have scored a great European goal there. Pedro. Put Giroud in, you greedy get. That's a penalty. 3-0. Oh, is he giving it? He's giving it. 3-0. This is lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. It's 3-0 now. Oh, I can take this off. Bit of the blue. Bit of the blue. My dad actually supports Chelsea, you know. I've said this before, but it's 3-0. It's blue. We're pretty in blue. It's going to be 3. Back of the net. Baku of the net. Back of the net. Baku the net. Baku the net. I keep getting it wrong. I keep saying Baku of the net. Just say Baku the net. 3-0. Rest in peace to Arsenal, says Wout Gaming. Hazard doesn't miss. 3-0. Get in there. The Belgian Nathan Redmond scores. High five, Hazard. We don't get on, but you know what? We do now. Lovely stuff, kid. Lovely stuff. You can go to Madrid with a goal, and they will be ranting now. The Arsenal fans will be ranting now. I wonder if they'll rant about that shit right back they've got. The next Ashley Young. Maitland-Niles. Can't cross. Shit defender. I tell you what, I know AFTV like a rant. If they don't have a bloody rant about that shit bastard, well, it's not fair to call him that, is it? But he's crap. He's the new Ashley Young. $3-0. I'm just changing score now. Similarities between Sarri Ball and LVG, in my opinion, says Ryan FTW. And rest in peace, AFTV. Troops can write Arsenal's eulogy back again, says Rish Nash. Well, you know what? We're loving it. We're loving it. We're loving it like that. Torreira's not happy. Thank you, Mark, for all your content over the last few months, and keep up the good work. Glory, glory, Manchester United, says Charlie Bass. Oh, we're loving this. We're loving this. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's been a shit season for Manchester United, but what I really have enjoyed is the fact that Prats in hats have been bantering us for finishing 6th when they finished 5th, thinking they were going to win this Emmerdale Cup and rescue their season. And the point is, they finished 5th. You're going to really try and banter my club because you finished 5th and we finished 6th when you're still going to be in the Emmerdale Cup with us. You're bantered. You bantered back. You bantered back. We're shit, but so are you. That should be our song for next season. We are shit, but so are you. (3-0), and there's still 25 minutes left. I think these are always the best results when it's like it's over and they've got to endure that for so much longer. There's a tweet here that I've just been waiting to do for a while as well. I'm just going to use it now. Oh, Arsenal have got a goal back. 3-1. It was a good goal as well, to be fair. There's still 20 minutes. There's still 20 minutes in this game. Have we spoken too early? It's Iwobi. Drops to him on the edge of the box, and to be fair, it's a good goal. It is a good goal. It's a good goal. I'm going to give him that. God, there are actually Arsenal fans in the ground celebrating like they think they've levelled up. Yeah, it's still going to take a hell of a comeback, lads, to come in. But it was a good goal. Chelsea need to just switch on a little bit here. Still 20 minutes to go. Please no comeback, says Ian. Yeah, we're going to look bloody stupid if there is a comeback. But there's still time for Arsenal. Still game over, says Lewis Johnson. What a ball. Oh, he nearly got him in. Let it go for a corner, Giroud. Pedro's coming off. I've just seen the picture of troops. Yeah, funny. Yeah, I hope we haven't spoken too soon, but I think Chelsea is still the better team. Hazard, 4-1. Boo, 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 boo. Baku again. It's 4-1. They were in it for all of about 3 minutes. They really are absolute pants. They are pants. Absolutely pants are Arsenal. They're shit, aren't they? They're proper shit. I mean, it's great to know that you're shit, but we don't get embarrassed like this very often. Certainly not, you know... Is it a better season than United to finish 5th and get absolutely annihilated by the team that finished 3rd in a final of the Emirates Cup and travel all the way to Azerbaijan? Oh, I don't know. I think this is pretty humiliating for Chelsea at this stage. I really do. But it's lovely stuff, as I would say. And well done to Chelsea for making it a lot more convincing than I really thought it would be. But it's great to see. It's great to see. Right, you've got to change the score again. It's all going off. 4-1. It's too easy now. It's too easy. Oh, I just have to laugh. Just have to laugh. I don't. You know, Liverpool fans are actually quite all right. They haven't really took the piss out of United that much. Man City haven't got any fans. Chelsea, a little bit. Spurs, never. But Arsenal, they never shut up trying to take the piss out of United fans. And basically, we finished 6th, you finished 5th. We both qualify for the Emirates Cup, but you've been humiliated. And not humiliated by Juventus, Real Madrid, or Barcelona, or even Man City or Liverpool. Humiliated by Chelsea. 4-1 by Chelsea. And you've travelled all the way to Baku to have it. This is embarrassing. Chelsea are not even that good. You know, mediocre Chelsea have battered you 4-1. And there's still 15 minutes to go. Oh, it's hilarious. It really is. Lovely. Absolutely lovely stuff. We want 5, says Tarella. I want 6, says Joseph. DT arrested. At least he's in a foreign country. It's going to take him at least 2 days to get home so he can calm down. The whole Arsenal team should be sold, says Archie. I don't care. The thing about Arsenal is they're not like Manchester United. We can actually say we need to sell most of our team, safe in the knowledge that even if the Glazers are tight, they'll still give us 200 million. Arsenal can say they want to sell their whole team, but all they're going to spend is about 20 million. Like, they're never going to solve their problems. And look out, their defense. It's cling film defending, isn't it? It's all my little lines that I've had before about Poppadoms. Oh, great save by Czech. Should have been 5. Hazard's having a party here. Couldn't stop a bowling ball with a Poppadom. Let's bring all those out. 4-1. Well, they're on the attack here. They might get a goal. Aubameyang, the invisible man. Over the bar. You're shit, mate. Alex Marmon says AFTV will be a great watch tonight. It might be a great watch, AFTV and chill tonight. It could be, but as I said, you might have to wait till a week on Thursday to get those fan cams because they are in Azerbaijan and I think they're still on dial-up. So if they're going to upload a 5-minute video, it could take them 5 weeks. So you might not get to see it. You might not get to see it for a while. Remember when Arsenal's Twitter said Unai's at the wheel, says David Burke. Yeah. I think we should all go and find that tweet, shouldn't we? Shall I do it now? I'm feeling a little bit mischievous, so I am. Let's see if we can find it. They must have deleted it. They must have deleted it. Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Because they obviously saw it coming. Oh no, they didn't. It's still there. I found it. Ozil comes off. Never knew he was on. Still 13 minutes to go in this final. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Well, I didn't predict this, folks. I can say many a thing, but I did not predict this. Gives me confidence for the Champions League final now. Maybe Spurs can do it. Jedi's versus Jar Jar Binks, says Roy Keane, simply the best. Remember when Arsenal Twitter? Yeah, we do. Arsenal on the attack here? No, nothing happening. They're not coming back from this anyway. It's over. Iwobi scored a banger, but it's a consolation banger. I think Chelsea could get 5. Here's Willian. Into the box. What's he going to do? Cross. Shoots. Save. Czech's actually had a good game. Unai Emery want you to stay. Mugs. Haha, says Reece Gregory. Bam. Yeah, Christian, we will do all the watch-alongs on the United stand for the pre-season games. We always do. We want 5. We want 5. 5-1 is coming, says John Franklin. Oh, yeah, I think there'll be another goal in this. There's still, what, maybe 15 minutes left with stoppage time. Bowie 169 says, come on, Liverpool 6. I do think Liverpool are going to win the Champions League final. I don't think they'll. I think there's just so many reasons why they're going to win it. They've had a very good season. They didn't win the league. You could argue they deserve it, although I'm a United fan, so I don't think that they do. I think also they lost it last year, so can you really see them losing 2 Champions League finals in a row? They are a better team than Spurs as well. I mean, Spurs are good. So I'd put Liverpool down as favourites for that, but I'd love it if Spurs won. Absolutely love it. This is going to be a goal. Willian. Blocked. Arsenal are just dead on their feet and they're getting done on the break all the time. United tour starts, I think it's around the 15th of July. They're back in training on the 1st. Arsenal is the gift that keeps on giving, Anas Ahmed, 100%, yeah. They really do. They just keep on giving. They really do. They love it. Do you really like it? Do you really like it? We're loving it, loving it, loving it. We're loving it. Oh, Aspilicueta just wide. It's party time. I mean, to be honest, I must say for Chelsea, this is great because you are you're in a cup final and you've won it. And it's not often in a cup final where you comfortably know you're going to win it. I think of some of the cup finals United have been in. I mean, bloody 99, we thought we were going to lose it. So it's a great feeling to be. It must be a great feeling to be comfortably home and hosed with so long to go that you can just enjoy the final knowing you're going to lift the trophy. Arsenal on the attack here. Nothing doing. It's a corner. There's still 10 minutes to go. Gianfranco Zola sits down. Sarri's like, I can't wait to suck on the biggest cigar Baku has. There's still time for Arsenal. No, there isn't. They've got no chance. They've got no chance. It's over. It's over. And it's great to see. Oh, he's onside. Lacazette misses. Aubameyang misses. And he was offside anyway. So, 1-on-1 for Lacazette. I don't know whether he was offside, but he missed it. Don't bottle the league in career mode, Mark, says Ellis Horton. I'll be alright. I'll be alright, Ellis. I had a bad stream before. But Aubameyang was the one offside. 1-on-1. A lot of people saying AFTV and chill. You're in for a late night. You're in for a late night if you want to wake up. Maybe go to bed and watch it in the morning, because I don't think that they'll get their cameras up, their videos up very quick. Being out in Azerbaijan, I don't know how good the Wi-Fi is in them farmers' fields. I think really you're gonna have to get some old dial-up on the go. One of my friends wrote the Poppadom and bowling ball quote in English essay and got bollocked, says Charlie Bass. Why? Because they knew my quote, or because they didn't like the quote? It's a classic. It's a classic. Oh, I've really enjoyed this final though. I like football in the summer. We'll definitely be doing the England game next Wednesday. I like football in the summer. It's great, and it's even better when the team you don't like loses. Oh, what a miss! What a miss! Was it Charlie Austin again? Iwobi? No, Lacazette. I've got to tweet it. Oh no, that wasn't Charlie Austin. It wasn't. Oh. They've missed a few sitters though, Arsenal, in the last few moments. Still good 5 minutes to go in this. Well, Lacazette with a free kick. Is he going to do a Rashford? Yeah, crap. Over the bar. Eat crap. Kane Weekly says, do you think Griezmann as a number 9 at United could work with Pogba and him being amazing for France? Well, Griezmann didn't play as a number 9 for France, though, did they? They still had the typical number 9 with Giroud there. So I don't really think that Griezmann would fit in to a United team, if I'm totally honest with you. Lacazette missed an absolute sitter before Willock. Newly on Sporting Director Janino saying Moussa Dembele and Memphis Depay are not going anywhere this summer. I didn't think that they would. I think that if you watched the United stand last night, get French Football News, Adam was on from there. He said Fekir will go and probably Dembele and their left back Mendy. They won't sell any more than those 3 players. So that would be it. Hazard with 2 goals in his departure game as well. Nice for him. It's going to be a tough season for Chelsea next year, you know. Will that be the end of Hazard? He's just come off. Transfer ban. Will Hazard stay? If Hazard goes, Chelsea are going to struggle next year. I still think they could get top 4, but the trouble is, I think Sarri's going to go. But if Sarri does go, then what manager wants this job? They'd have to give it to someone like John Terry or Frank Lampard, who just loves Chelsea, because if he does go, who are they going to bring as a replacement? I know they've got Pulisic, but Hazard's last game, says Peter Doyle. 4-1. 4-1. Lovely stuff. Absolutely lovely stuff, isn't it? Thanks for everyone who's subscribed to the channel, by the way. Remember, you can do that bottom right-hand corner. This isn't the United stand. This is That's Football, where we do more generic sort of content. Really enjoyed the stream. I know most people wanted Arsenal to lose anyway. If you're an Arsenal fan, just get back in your lane. You know, seriously. I feel sorry for the nice Arsenal fans, but for the ones who just get all big and giddy. In fairness to Troops, I saw him 2 weeks ago, and he said, the reason I've not really given Arsenal United any banter is because you've got to wait for this game to get out of the way. But the Prat in the Hat was gobby, gobby, gobby. Gob, gob, gob. It's too thick to realise that you've got to wait. You've got to wait with your banter until you're in a safe position. Don't shoot your load too soon. And that's exactly what he did. Smiley says that Chelsea might get Coutinho. But they can't. They've got a transfer ban. So there you go. There's actually a kid crying. Elizabeth, yeah, I saw that. Knowing the Prat in the Hat, he will blame Cech, says Alex Marmon. Yeah, he will do, because he'll look for the easy target to go in on, where actually that BTEC Young, Ashley Young they've got at right back, was the one who's been absolutely destroyed, Maitland-Niles. Lacazette. Oh, they're banter up front. They're absolutely banter up front. Rohan, it's all right because he's in Baku and she'll be back in England. Chelsea without Arsenal, without Hazard, will struggle. They'll also struggle without Arsenal. Yes, Ben. I feel bad for DT's wife and kids tonight, says Kevin Delator. Why? Don't understand that. I don't think they're with him. I feel happy for Sarri as well. I think he gets a lot of unfair criticism. I don't think his brand of football is amazing at times, but it's worked well tonight. And I think those Chelsea fans who turned against him and people like Kepa, you know, in that cup final, he's got them into third in the Premier League and he's won the Europa League in his first season. I mean, what more can you do? He's been absolutely fantastic. Arsenal fans are crying. The ref's about to blow it. We're into the last sort of 20 seconds now. Don't worry, Arsenal. You'll be back here next year unless Man City get a ban. And Chelsea, fair play. You won't be back here. You'll be back in the proper tournament next year. Iwobi. Lacazette still can't score. Aubameyang. Lacazette. He'll blow up. That's the final whistle. Arsenal are back in the Emmerdale Cup and they are still Banter FC. Fancy going all the way to Baku to get absolutely stuffed 4-1 by your rival Chelsea, who aren't even in the top 2 teams in this country. Absolutely banter smashed. Back in the Emmerdale Cup, and in the words of Troops, Baku again. That's where you will be next season. Baku again in the Emmerdale Cup with Manchester United. But to all those Arsenal fans who've been bantering us for 2 weeks, keep your gob shut until the final whistle blows, because the only thing you've got on us is 5 instead of 6. And is that really something to celebrate? 5th better than 6th? It means bloody nothing. We're both in the Emmerdale Cup. We're both crap, but you pretended that you weren't. There you go. That's the story of the game. Banter FC. Absolutely lovely stuff. And yeah, well worth watching. So I'm really pleased everybody who tuned in. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. I'm sure there's plenty of tweets I can go and do now on Twitter. That's going to be my next sort of 10-15 minutes. But thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So thanks everybody. Arsenal Fan TV and Chill, if they can sort the dial up out in Azerbaijan, which I'm sure they will do. Applause to you lot. We absolutely loved it. I'll speak to you all soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back on here soon with watch-alongs for the England games and FIFA and all that jazz. But if you didn't see United Stand FC, give it a watch. All the latest Manchester United transfer news, because we've been realising we're shit for 2 weeks and we're looking forward. Arsenal, you've got all that pain to come. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all soon.